All right, here we are back on this 66 of Mr. PIB'S. So I tried to do a video on this thing last night, tried to get it, or maybe the night before, tried to get it to upload, and it would not upload. It was a pretty lengthy video. I don't know what's going on with it, but anyway, gonna do another one. So you can see I got the hood pulled down. That's about all I done the other day. I put these wheels and tires on it, and I wanted to see kind of where the truck was going to sit. And this is going to be pretty close. So we are going to lower the truck, and I'm going to lower it like I do everything else. Flip kit in the back, 3-inch spindles and 2-inch springs up front. Hard to get a better look than a 5.6 drop, in my opinion. I don't like airbags. I like them setting static. Nothing wrong with airbags, just not my thing. But anyway, so that's kind of where I'm at on the truck. I got the front fender here lined up and bolted down, got the hood bolted down. It still needs a little lining. I was doing this by myself, so still got to line that up just a little bit, but it's awful close. And so got the bed pulled back kind of where it needed to be. Now, one of my other subscribers mentioned the wheels were out of center. I thought he was talking about this truck in particular. The wheels are not out of center on this truck. I know what he's talking about now. I was kind of half asleep when I read his comment. What he's talking about is back here. These 66s were all this way. You can kind of see the swoop back here in the back. It makes it look like that rear end's out of center. That's how they all were. Now, you know, the step sides had the fenders and they were even, but this one where it comes up here and then swoops back just makes it look like the rear end's a little out of center. Now, when I flip it, that's going to move that rear end back just a hair. So that don't bother me. Like I said, that's just the norm. That's how they're supposed to look. So anyway, the big thing right now, the next thing I want to get done, I want to finish up that fender over there, finish up the front sheet metal, get it lined up as best as I can, bolted down, and this bed. I want to do something with this bed floor. I've been trying to figure out, you know, what's the cheapest way and the quickest way to do it, and I believe that's going to be plywood. I've done them several ways. I've used barnwood. I've used a little bit of everything, and plywood really seems to be the way to go, especially with a 3/4 inch piece of plywood. You can get it pressure treated, or you can seal it yourself, varnish it, whatever you want to do with it. You know, I'm going to have to go in here and cut all these bolts out. Now, this bed is 72 1/4 wide and 77 1/4 this way, roughly. Of course, this bed is not exactly where it needs to be. You can see here, all this stuff's loose. That's why this side looks a little goofy. All these bolts are loose, so that's kind of what draws that in and holds it tight. So, you know, what I'll probably do is get 2 sheets of 3/4 inch plywood and split it right here. You can tell these three are a little closer together. Split that plywood here, so you can't really tell that I've split it. You know, you can order the bed floor kit, but it's pretty pricey. You know, you're looking at $1,100 or $1,200 by the time you get the strips, the wood, the bolts, and everything. You know, and that's just with pine. So, you know, if you want the better looking wood, the whatever, we won't get into all that, but we're just trying to do this truck as cheap as we can and make it look as best as we can. So that's probably what we'll do is the plywood. Now, I've used decking boards. I tore my deck down. The boards were still solid, but they were kind of splintered up where I had pressure washed it and messed it up. So I used a bunch of that, but I've exhausted my stockpile, or somebody has, because I can't find any of it. So we're going to try to use the plywood, I think. I'm going to discuss that again with Mr. PIB in just a little while. I'm going to call him and see what he wants to do. But I want to get the bed bolted down, get the wood in it, get all that tightened up. That's going to make me feel a lot better and straighten up this crap. I don't know what in the world they've done right here. It's like that on both sides. It'll be an easy fix, but I think they've picked it up like that or something. Probably picked it up with a tractor bucket, because it's exactly like that on that side. So I'll bend all that back out. It's probably why it's kind of pulled all that loose, but we'll get this tightened up, straightened up. That's no big deal. So the floor in the bed, finish up the front sheet metal. You can see that fender's pulled out this way. That shouldn't take that long. Make sure the hood's lined up good. The wipers work. All the lights work on the truck. So if I can get the body done, then we're going to go through the engine as far as the ignition. We've already went through the entire fuel system. It's got a new tank, new carburetor, filter, rubber hoses. Everything on the fuel system is new. Everything on the brakes are new. So it's got all new brakes. So Like I said, just hoses, belts. I'll probably go ahead and change all that. Might put him a water pump on it. Just whatever he wants to do. I don't know exactly how much he's planning on driving this truck. I know he don't drive them much, but, you know, you want to know that you can go out and jump in something and take off and go and not be worried to death about it. So I'll see how far he wants to go on the mechanics, but, you know, one good solid day, I should be able to have all that changed. And hopefully all goes well. I'm going to change, again, the rocker arms, but that won't take long. I've got several sets of those here. So change that, get rid of the old aluminum roller rockers. Just a whole bunch of little stuff. But, you know, if I can just get out here and get a good solid day in, I could get a whole lot knocked out on this truck, and it probably wouldn't take that long. Now, I hate saying that because every time I say that shit, I end up with a dozen surprises, and it never goes well. So, as I've always said, just, you know, expect delays. And I know I'm going to run into some on this truck. So, we'll just have to see how it goes. But it's going to be cool, guys. I'll be really excited for y'all to see it done. Of course, I'm going to see if Mr. PIB, they've got a lot going on right now, and that's their business. I'm not going to get in it. But I don't know if he'll have free time or not. I may talk to him and see if he wants to do it before I lay this wood in this bed. See if he might want to come down here and go ahead and paint the inside of the bed, maybe the back of the cab, maybe even down to here, and go ahead and get that out of the way. That way he's not getting a bunch of overspray back here. Or if he just wants me to get a couple more, 3 or 4 cans of paint, and maybe I can go ahead and do it for him. It doesn't really matter. Whatever I can do to help him. Also, if I do the plywood, I'll probably burn it. So I'll try to do a video on that, see what y'all think about that. Let me know what y'all have done back here that's worked well for you in the past. Again, I've used barnwood. I've used a little bit of everything. It's hard to find something that's 3/4 inches thick, especially on a fleet side, because you have to tie in your wheel tubs. So that wood's got to go under them wheel tubs. So you can't have a freaking 2x4 back here. You've got to have something to go under that wheel tub. Now, I've cut just kind of stepped wood down so it would slide under there and take a bolt, but that turns into a lot of time and aggravation. And again, I don't want to eat up a bunch of hours on this bed floor. I just want to simplify it as much as I can and get it over with quick. I may also see, I don't know if he'd be interested, we may try to put some kind of locks on the inside of this tailgate and get rid of this. That'd be totally up to him if he wants to do that. Just little things, guys. Again, let me know what y'all have done on these bed floors. I'm always interested to listen. I'm not going to say I'll do it that way, but, you know, you never know. People may have a lot better ideas on this than I do. Guys, as always, I appreciate you watching. I've got a few things to do, and I'm going to get in the house. We'll catch you on the next one. See you later.